After getting skunked in the trout opener, as you guys saw on Instagram, I've been getting into a lot of brook trout, fishing these small, shallow streams with hard baits. This is the Barbless CD1. Been throwing it on my new custom rod. It's made by North Fork Composites. It's IM graphite, so it's middle of the line graphite, which it's pretty freaking sensitive from what I've fished so far. 4'6", so it's good for these real tight streams I'm fishing. It's ultralight and it has a full bend to it, so it will bend all the way down like a parabolic action. But I got more backbone than that Suonora rod I've been using, so it's been a pretty sweet creek rod so far. And it handles those bigger brookies like you guys saw on Instagram a lot better than that Suonora rod did. We got one.
Did you really?
Yeah.
How?
Oh. Can't reach. That's how you do it right there.
Huh?
He's a dark one.
How big is it?
It's like, I don't know, probably 7. He came further down though, so if you hit the top part, you might get something. I was just leaning up against this tree like hook fin, or like kind of like the DreamWorks guy on the, you know, like when he's fishing on the moon. All right, came up on a textbook, hard to get to area, which this is what's gonna help, I guess, showcase why BFS is just, for me, it's a lot more useful tool than a spinning reel would be in a lot of these situations. I'll show you guys real quick. So down here you got all these little pockets. I already hit up here. But basically I'm just gonna act like just like bass fishing. I'll just be pitching in there, let the lure go under, and I'll pop it up a few times. You see how I put that the single barbless hook on there instead of the treble hook? I can get in and out of those logs. I can just let it rip down, come up, rip down, come up, and continue like that. Oh, there we go. Got one. Oh, got off. All right, so what I got going on here, this is where the crankbait's really gonna shine, is I got some current coming through here fairly fast for this small creek. Different humps throughout here, so I'll just drag the crankbait through there. And if there's any bigger rocks, I make sure I hit those a couple different times, because a lot of times the trout would be right behind those rocks. And then I'll work my way down to where this little log jam is. That's probably where the fish are gonna be. It's a good funnel area for food. So I always work my way down to where I'm fishing. And I'll kind of work that log jam down there. You can kind of let the current kind of take your lure where you want, and then you just reel it back in and do it again. You want to make the same pass like 2 or 3 times, especially if it's a good area, because the fish sometimes won't pop out for that first hit. You know, I'm just high. I keep my line out so I can let it go naturally down the current instead of my line taking the lure. I'll probably get one more pass over there and then I'll move on. See, I'm coming off that sand point that's over there. Now I'm like right in a little hole there. I'm just kind of letting the current kind of just move my lure a little bit. All right, so right up here I got a log. I don't know if you can see that right up there. And the current goes, the current made a hole underneath it. I'm going to show you how I use the Barbless CD1 here with that single hook. I kind of bounce it in and out underneath that log, multiple passes. I can actually start from the far side of the creek and work all the way down the lure with one cast. So I'll show you guys how that's done. I just go up and down a couple times, and I can start from the far side and I can work this entire log just by keeping my line up off the water and just hopping my lure up and down. Okay, now I'm just gonna come up over the, see the logs, there's some falls. I'm gonna keep dropping up and over them. And generally the fish are looking upstream for food. But seeing how I can kind of jig this back and forth. Ooh, had a bite there. And there's another little log over there too, you probably can't see. Ooh, I had a hit there. Ooh, got one. Here we go. I'll wet my hand there. See that barbless hook? The hook comes right out. I just grab it, I grab the hook, comes right out. And a good release. So that wouldn't have been possible with using treble hooks, but even with a jig, you can get stuck on that a lot of times. Versus you have that bill, so like when it comes and it hits something, the lure actually deflect up and you'll actually be able to get a lot less snags. Alright, so I just climbed the really big hill to get back up to the road to get to the truck, but hopefully you guys learned how to use, sorry about being out of breath, but using ultralight crankbaits like the CD1 right there. This is to open up your game a little bit for trout, especially the smaller trout in those creeks. And also switching to single hooks, it's much better for the fish and also a lot better for snags. So make sure you subscribe. Comment below if you want to see other sort of BFS footage as well. Wait for this car to go by. If you want to see any other sort of BFS footage, like how to do certain things, I'll be putting out a lot more of that and also just a lot more trout fishing in general. Follow me on Instagram as well, like I said before. That's going to be the easiest way to see if there's new footage coming out and stuff like that. So thanks for watching.